Good morning and welcome. I'm Celeste and this is my FlossTube channel, Celeste Creates. This is FlossTube number 18 on Sunday, April 18th, and it has been exactly 1 month since my last FlossTube, which isn't normally what I plan to do, right? Usually I film on a Thursday every 2 weeks, and somehow it was not going to happen this time. I think between school and Easter and all kinds of things going on, my son was home from college and time just flew by, and here we are. It's the middle of April and I'm back. So even though I haven't had a chance to film, never fear, I have been stitching the whole entire time and buying and kidding and planning and all the good stuff. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today to spend some time with me. It is always a joy, and I just thank you for trying my videos. And if you are a returning subscriber or viewer, just thank you also for coming back once again to see what I've been up to and to share this fun, as my son calls it, cross-stitch show and tell. So what's been going on? Let's see. Since I last spoke with you, I know Cinderella performance happened for my daughter, and it was glorious and wonderful. We got to see it 2 times, and it was a great success. It was beautiful. So proud of her and the whole company. I will definitely include some pictures at the very end here so you can see for yourself how beautiful it was. And so that's happened. We've been doing lots of school. My oldest son came home from school and brought his girlfriend that whole week before Easter and up through Easter, and so that was super fun, and we just had the best time. Did Holy Thursday Mass and Good Friday, and we went to the Saturday evening Easter Vigil Mass for Easter. It was just wonderful. We had such a great time, and so we were sad when they left and went back to school. Gosh, what else have we been up to? I just think a little bit of everything. Gardening, doing some gardening, and getting had to prune a lot of things back after the epic freeze we had in February, and bought myself a new hammock, and it has rained all week long, and so now just today finally my new hammock is dry enough for me to get back out there. So I'll add a couple of pictures of that too, because it sure is lovely out there. We hung some additional lights in the trees, and the grass is green, the trees are green. It's been beautiful. And so all the things, it's been wonderful. I also wanted to address a couple of questions. Most of the time I try and answer any questions in the comments just directly, but every once in a while there's some comments that maybe just are a little more general questions, and so they're easier to answer here. So let's do a couple of those, okay? One was asking about organization, floss organization, all the things. You can see it all around me. This is it. This is my little corner, and you can see over here there's my whips that aren't in my current rotation, or they're not in my downstairs whip basket. You can kind of see, this is so hard to do, you can see my floss hanging on rings on this little shelf, and I just have a couple of baskets over here that I have my charts in. This one, and then I have a larger one for the book 8.5 by 11 size. And I have a basket that has all my linen in it right now, and it's all kind of separated by, they're kind of each in their own bag or whatever. Other than that, I would certainly like to do a video sometime about organization. I love to organize. I don't know that my house is always the most dusted or the most vacuumed, but I do like things tidy and organized, and have, clear surfaces, I guess. So organization is something that comes a little more naturally to me, so I do plan on doing some sort of video on that, and I don't know, just kind of give you a tour of my sewing area and what's in it. I guess that would be interesting. So let me know if you want to see that. Another viewer asked, where do I get my linen? And I don't really have a local needlework shop. I have one that's about 45-50 minutes away, but their linen selection isn't my favorite, and so really I end up buying my linen online, whether it's from 123 Stitch or one of the many Etsy shops, or direct from a hand dyer. Okay, sorry, I had to pause and quiet the troops and go get a real hair clip and not a binder clip. So anyway, so we're back. So I think I was talking about linen, and I got linen all over the place, wherever I can find it. I hope that answers your question. And I think that's the case for most people, especially those who don't have a local needlework shop, is we're buying online from, whether it's a brick and mortar shop that will ship to you, or an online shop, or an Etsy shop, or 123 Stitch, or directly from the dyer, like somebody like Seraphim Fabrics, or so all kinds of places. And sometimes you just gotta take a chance on a color and hope for the best. I haven't really gotten into Picture This Plus linen yet. For the most part, it's not been something I've wanted to buy for my stash, because I don't know that I would use it as much yet, because it is more heavily modeled, and so I'm more likely to buy that for a particular project versus the linens that I will buy just to have in my stash online. So that's kind of my current linen philosophy. Somebody had asked as to whether I stitch 2/2 or whether I like 2/2. I started out stitching 2 strands of floss over 2 linen threads on a 28 or a 32, and it was fine. I did a couple that way, but I very, very quickly found out that I really like 1 strand of floss over 2 linen threads, and that I preferred 36 for the most part, and also 40. I like 40 now a little bit better. I'm getting there. I don't know, there's something about working with 1 strand of floss over the 2 linen threads, the 1/2, that I really, really enjoy. So that's my sweet spot. That's my go-to. I don't think I have any 2/2 projects left in my whips, and I don't plan to start any. So anyway, I'd rather do 36 or 40 count linen and do 1 strand. So, but really, do what makes you happy. Do what you like. Do what you enjoy. I know many floss tubers have said it. There's no rules here. Do what you love. As Lori Holt always said about quilting, you're the boss of your own quilt. And I take that to heart. I'm the boss of my own quilts, and I'm the boss of my own stitching. So this is my hobby. I'm not trying to be like anybody else. Do what you love. Another question had to do with a good beginner sampler. And honestly, I've only been back into cross stitch for about 1.5 years or so. So I'm not an expert. But in my opinion, there is no beginner sampler. In the world of quilting, I would definitely say there are beginner quilts that maybe you should start with if you've never sewn or quilted before. But I feel like any sampler can be a beginning sampler. If you love it, then I think you're going to want to stitch on it. And so then I guess I would think that the only thing might be, if you haven't done much stitching or aren't real comfortable with specialty stitches, is maybe to choose a sampler that just has all over 2 cross stitches. It's no over 1 or no specialty stitches, but it's all just crosses. And I think that might be a good beginning place for just about anybody. And then slowly you can move on to some over 1 or some other stitches, or not. Maybe you don't ever want to do that, and that's okay too. I feel like a lot of the Blackbird samplers are great for trying that sort of thing. I know Hands Across the Sea, she has several of the little gems, I believe, that are all cross-stitch, just no specialty stitches. And so then that enables you to work that sampler even on Aida instead of using linen. So really, I think if you love it, and in a way, you'll find a way. If it's something you love and you want to do it, you're going to learn. I don't think there's any magic to over 1 or satin stitch or any of that kind of thing, so I think it's all doable. Sorry for any troop noise. It's Sunday. They're all home. I do not have the luxury of waiting until they're all gone or asleep, because it almost never happens. So I film when I can, and so enjoy the background noise. The last question that I wanted to address is kind of a funny question. It did make me giggle a little bit, and I just want to spend a couple of minutes. The question was, how do I do it all? The viewers had asked, you have 5 kids, you homeschool, you read, you quilt, you cross stitch, you obviously manage the 5 kids and the family and cook and all that jazz. And how do you do it all? You must, it was really funny. She said, you must have a maid. I'm convinced you have a maid. I do not have a maid. Be nice, I think. I do not have a maid. And so let me let you in on a little secret. How do I do it all? I don't. I don't do it all. I really don't. And I also didn't start doing all those things yesterday. The 5 children came gradually, thank goodness. I've been homeschooling for 15, 16 years. That grew gradually. I've been quilting for 19 years. I've been reading a good while longer. 42 years, maybe 44. No, not 44. I would have been reading at 1. I think I started reading at 3. So 42 years I've been reading. But I don't do it all. And I don't think anybody does it all. And so I hope I never give that impression, because if you came to visit, there'd be lots of Legos all over the place. There'd be a nice layer of dust in quite a few places. There'd be piles of things that need to get attended to. There's dishes in the sink. There's all the stuff. Maybe the toilets need cleaning. I don't know. I choose to not do some things sometimes so I can do the things that I love and enjoy, and also do the things I need to do. My kids are older. I don't have lots of young kids anymore. And life is always changing, right? And my kids are very used to me sewing or crafting or doing something all the time. So that's just kind of part of their, they know that mom does that. But I think no matter what somebody's life looks like on Instagram or FlossTube or wherever you're looking, if it looks like they're doing it all, I promise you they're not doing it all. I'm not doing it all. I'm making choices. I'm not doing some things that maybe I should do, but for the sake of my sanity, I stitch, or I read a book, and instead of cleaning that bathroom. So I don't do it all, and I never will do it all, and that's just going to be okay. So I think that's it for the questions, and let's move on to finishes. I have a couple. Okay, so my first finish since I last was here with you is from Sweet Land of Liberty by Blackbird Designs, my friend April. And I started this together on January 30th, I think. She and I started Salute to Abigail. And she finished hers maybe 2 weeks ago or so, and I finished mine on Tuesday, I think, this past Tuesday. Is that right? Yes. I finished mine on Tuesday, and it was a really, really fun stitch. I loved stitching this, and I'm so happy it's done. So, salute to Abigail from Blackbird Designs. And here is my finished piece. Isn't that beautiful? Gosh, I love it. I'm so in love. It looks a little bent right there, but it's not. I sort of iron. I sort of don't. Here, hold on. Okay. So there it is. I love the colors. There's only 4, and that's really fun. And it called for some silks. I chose my own over-dyed cottons for this with my son's help. And so they were all Weeks Dye Works flosses. And otherwise, this is 36 count raw natural linen by Quaker, 1/1. I'm sorry, 1/2. And I just love it, love it, love it, love it. So, like I said, mine were Weeks Dye Works. It was Michael's Navy, blue jeans. The dark blue was the Michael's Navy, blue jeans was the pale blue, the white was grits, and the red is Turkish red. And I was thrilled with all those. And so you can see right here there should be a capital A and a period. That's missing, and that's why I haven't FFO'd it yet. I think in a couple of weeks here, April and I are going to get together, and we're going to put our A and our period in together, one stitch together. So that's going to be really fun. We can put in those last few stitches together, and then I'll FFO it. And at the same time, we'll be starting a new one, and I'll show you that in a bit. So that is Salute to Abigail by Blackbird Designs. Super excited to get that framed. I'm kind of wondering if because that white is so bright, and then you've got this real natural linen. I'm thinking maybe a white frame might be fun for that. So we'll see. I'm excited to look around for that. Okay, next finish is also an FFO, and it was a new start. So I started this chart, Basket of Cherries, from the Garden Club series by Blackbird Designs. This has been on my list, I think, from the very beginning when I got back into cross stitch, and my friend April let me borrow it, and I started this on Thursday, and I finished it and FFO'd it on Friday. So somebody says, how did you do it all? Well, Friday I stitched a lot on Friday. I didn't do a whole lot of chores. I had a really great stitchy day, so you know, there you go. So Basket of Cherries by Blackbird Designs, and here it is all done and framed. I used all the called for colors, and this linen is a 36 count Liberty Gathering Gray, and I think that's R&R. And I stitched it 1/2, all the overdyes that were called for. I love it. I knew I'd love it. Has some Smyrna crosses here in the basket, and then satin stitches. So I'd never done satin stitches on a cross stitch piece before. I've done satin stitches just in regular embroidery. So Friday I was kind of like pulling all my stitchy friends, and how do you do it? What do you do? Do you do it any differently? So they're done. I did them. I don't know if they're perfect, but it sure looks cute. So this is another Hobby Lobby sign that I knocked the center out of and framed it, laced it on foam core, and then kind of closed up the back here with a piece of mat board. And that is downstairs on my mantle. That's Basket of Cherries by Blackbird Designs, and I love it so much. Love it so much. I don't know if I will stitch all of those. I think there's one other that I really like. I think it's called Fairy Garden. So I may stitch that one at some point. But other than that, those are my favorites, those two. So those are my finishes, and next we will move on to whips, and you can see what I've been working on. Okay, so I have a nice tall whip stack here because I really have been working. Even though I haven't filmed, I have been stitching. So let's show you what I've been working on. Let's see, these first two I worked on, but now they are over in this basket over here. I'm not working on these currently. I decided to put them away for a little while, but I did put in some work in this month on Smith Sampler by the Scarlet House. I love it so much. It is beautiful, and I am using colors that I pieced together from here and there. These are just over dyed cottons, and this is on a piece of 36 count Dusty Road by Seraphim Fabrics. It is beautiful. I know, so pretty. Nicole from Nicole's Needlework will often say this is one of her favorites, and I can totally see why. And I'm loving all the colors on here. So there it is. Almost done with that first top section. But it was just time to put it away. I love it. I love these colors. The border is stunning. The whole thing's beautiful. So I will definitely be getting back to that. But it was just, I was feeling like putting it away and pulling out a few things that feel a little springier. Maybe that's what I was feeling. So here's on my, I think I'm missing one or two. I may have stolen a couple. So there's all my threads. Really beautiful. Can't remember if I stole one from here. Maybe not. Beautiful. Love that purple. So that is Smith Sampler. I love it so much, and I look forward to getting back to that. But hit the pause button on that one for a little bit, and I'll set that aside. The other one that I worked on during this month, but have also set aside over in my non-current whips, is G Leger by Reflet de Soie. Love it so much. I am using an all over dyed version of the chart, and absolutely loving the colors here too. And I can't remember why I decided to put this one away, but it was just, I don't know, it was just time for a break. So let's see, let me look back and see what this was started on. I started this back earlier than I thought I did. Goodness gracious, when did I start this? Talk amongst yourselves. Well, not January. Oh, it's February. Sorry. This is on 36 count vintage country mocha, and it's awfully pretty. Stitched 1/2 on 36 count vintage country mocha. I love those great big capital letters. They're just beautiful. They're fun to stitch. So I have set that one aside for now, but we'll definitely get back to that. Can't wait to have that on. Oh, and here's my colors. Oh, they're so gorgeous. Again, there might be one or two missing from here. Maybe not. But aren't those beautiful? Look at that. That orangey color, and the yellow, and the green, the pink, the blue. Oh, they're just beautiful. I love them. So that's G Leger by Reflet de Soie. Love that. So that's going, that's going in my non-current whips for now. So then, let's see, what else did I work on? I worked on, I'll save that one because I just worked on that one last night. I'll save that one for a minute. Okay, so one of the other ones I put some good time in on was AH to EE by Kathy Barrick. This is a sampler that I started right after it came out last year. I think it was a market release last year. and I started it, and I wasn't working on it because it was 2/2 and I was not loving it. So I took the piece, I showed this on a previous video, I took the piece that I had completed, I made a little pillow out of it and said, I'm done. And I restarted it on 40 count. I restarted this on 40 count. Is it straw? Yes, 40 count sand, the old weeks. And I'm still using the same color, which is Classic Colorworks Wavy Navy, which has some really pretty variegation in it. So I have been working on that, and I love that. I'm really, really happy with it. So now I'm stitching it on 40 count, 1/2, and I'm enjoying it so much. It's really beautiful. And I look forward to having this finished. It's not a huge Quaker, and I'm excited to have this up on my wall with all my blue and white plates and my rug. I love blue and white. So that's another WIP, AH to EE. And here's the pretty wavy navy with some thread on it. Kind of messy. It's really pretty. So that has been a really fun one to work on. I've enjoyed that a lot. I have to have my bigger, my glasses that magnify a little bit more to work on that one, but I can do it. Let's see. On April 1st, I started a new chart with my friend Liz. I think I have the black and white. Yeah, so this is just the black and white, but it's called Where Flowers Bloom from Hands Across the Sea. It was a new little gem chart that she put out, and the colors are so adorable. I can insert a picture here. And so Liz and I started this together. I believe Nicola from Bumble Stitches has also started it, and it's kind of part of her hashtag, is it the Pocket Full of Posies style? I'll put it down below. So we started that together, and I am doing mine on 36 count platinum, 1/2. And I'm using the DMC. So you can see I got the whole border done. Working on some leaves there. And look at those colors. Look at those DMCs. Oh, they're really pretty. Move my little nail tag. Look at those. Look at the bright, bright, beautiful colors. Gotta love those, huh? Deep. Oh, I love that. Where is that? Oh, there's kind of a, sorry. There's this deep purpley color. So pretty. So that is Where Flowers Bloom from Hands Across the Sea. And that is in my current whips right now, and I'm really enjoying that. There's a lot of color changes on the border for the flowers, but it'll be fun. I enjoy it. That one I'm actually trained to stitch instead of using the black and white printout. I'm trained to stitch it from my my tablet, so that's kind of working well. It's different, but I like it. I like it because I can use the color version and see the colors, so that's been kind of nice. The other one, here are those boys down there, that I pulled out to work on. I started this particular chart back a long time ago. Oh boy, I'm kind of glad that I keep track of this because it's really fun to look back and think how long ago it was that I maybe started something. So let's see. I started this quite a while ago. I started this back in August of last year on World Cross Stitch Day. My friend who is local here, Chrissy, she wanted to pick hers up and actually start it on Easter Sunday. So I didn't have a whole lot of mine done. So I said, oh, I'll pull it back out with you and I'll work with you on Easter Sunday. And it is, I'm just chatting away here, haven't even told you what it is. Let me find the cover page. where's the front? There it is. It is An Ariel 1841 by GGR. So pretty. And I think the antique is gorgeous, but really it doesn't do the colors justice. So I am doing this with all of the called for overdyes in the chart. I am stitching it on, I think this is flax. Yes, this is 36 count flax with the called for overdyed threads, which are beautiful. And I'm stitching it 1/2, and I think when I started I just had this done, the Tabernacle here. So it's the Tabernacle on an altar, and I just had that done, and then I actually worked on this all last week and was really enjoying it. You see? Oh, I'm struggling today getting it up there. The colors are just gorgeous. So that is An Ariel, and I was really enjoying this. The colors are so springy, and I don't know where they went. There they are. They're all Gentle Arts. This is one of my favorite. That Adobe is beautiful. Look at those colors. They are beautiful. Gosh. I mean, is that just not stunning? Look at those. I don't think I've used this one yet. That, oh, blueberry. I can't wait to use that. So that is beautiful. I've enjoyed that so much, and it is definitely on my list to keep working on. With Chrissy as we keep going. And then another one that I wanted to add to my current whip basket, so I pulled this back out. I started it, I think, back in September last year. I bought this from the needlework shop Heart's Desire in Wichita, Kansas last year when we took my son back to school, and I got to stop by there, and so I started this. And this show is going to be called Let's Watch Celeste Look Through Her Planner. Yeah, I started this in late August last year. Manor at Quaker Hill. I bought the pattern there, and then I bought the linen to put it on. And so I pulled it back out this week to add to my current whip basket, and I worked on it last night. Oh, it's so much fun. I love it. It's so beautiful. It's called Manor at Quaker Hill. I mean, how pretty is that? Look at that border. I love that it's not a complete border all the way around. It's just a three-sided border with grass at the bottom. And I love all these flowers. And so I worked on that last night. I didn't do a whole lot, but I'm gonna work on it again today. But boy, that's beautiful. And I'm using all the called for colors. And this is 36 count French Vanilla by R&R, which is another favorite. Look at that. So there it is. I filled in that flower last night. I added the red on that. I did all that. It's not a ton, but I'll get back to that today. So that is Manor at Quaker Hill with Thy Needle and Thread. And look at these colors. I mean, I feel like everything I'm working on right now is just gorgeous spring. Oh, and spring won't last long here, so we gotta enjoy it. Oh, I need more Oscar. Okay. Look at this. I love the addition of that lettuce leaf there. That's a Classic Colorworks, I believe. There's a couple DMCs. I'm absolutely in love with this Carolina Cecil whole thing. It's just beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm actually not too worried about this down here. There's a couple projects where, another one I'll show you, but the grass here, I know it's a lot of grass, but I'm kind of anxious to get down to it and maybe get it outlined, because sometimes I really am looking for a chart where, or a whip where I'm just filling in, and can do it without really thinking. And so that's something I'm kind of anxious to get to, so I can work on that. If I'm needing that kind of project, then that's one that I can pull out. So that is Manor at Quaker Hill. I think I said 36 count. French vanilla 1/2 with all the called for colors, and I love it. It's so much fun. All right, shall I tell you what I've bought so far? I think I will. Okay, so I didn't buy this per se, but I think I got bells on Christmas Day from my husband, either Christmas or birthday this past year. And it's so pretty. There's so many pretty ones in here that I want to do. But this one right here, or on the back, you can see a really pretty picture of it. Oh. I think it's actually called The Bells on Christmas Day. So it's the sampler that the book is named for. And my friend April and I are going to start this here soon when we get together. I love it. It's so beautiful. The colors are just, and to me it's, I know it says peace on earth, but I don't think I'm putting this away after Christmas. It's gorgeous. So we are going to stitch the bells on Christmas Day together. And so I finished kitting up all my threads. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Those are so pretty. That pretty red there, that's the baked apple. I love it. And this one, oh, red pear. I mean, who doesn't love red pear? So I'm going to stitch mine on 36 count platinum. 1/2. It's so beautiful. So that's going to be our new project to stitch together. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. So that'll be fun to, oh my, stuff everywhere, to put together and have fun to, you know, stitching that. Get that done for Christmas. Let's see, what's the next thing I bought? I've bought floss, but I don't really always show you the floss I buy because it's just floss. So, but I showed you those because that's for that project. Okay. Thank you, Blackbird Designs, for releasing the Souvenirs of Summer. I got myself a copy of this really quick after it came out, and I'm so excited to have it. There's all the different projects inside. Of course, everybody was thrilled to have this one come back. And actually, this is the one I want to stitch first. I think it's so pretty. Let me find it. Definitely my first one I'm going to stitch. Summer's Souvenir. Isn't that pretty? Wow. I love that. And I don't think it has many colors, but that is on my stitch soon list. Not sure if I want to start another patriotic one right now, but let's see, where's the color? Summer Souvenir. It only calls for 1, 2, 3 colors. Is that right? Yeah. It calls for Gentle Arts Raspberry Parfait, Gentle Arts Maple Syrup, and Weeks Dye Works Dolphin. So, wow, that is definitely on my to-do list. Yeah, I guess 3 colors. Huh. Okay, and then I think this one would be a fun one to grab because you can just pick your red and do that. I think that's adorable. So that'd be a fun one to do for a red sampler. So I got that. Super excited. Then I placed 2 other orders. One will probably come in this week, and I'm looking forward to that. I had actually ordered it from somebody else, and it is not coming and not coming and not shipping and not shipping. So I canceled that, ordered it from somewhere else. So I'll show you that next time. But I did get this one. Oh, I saw this. This is a new release from the Scarlet Has, the Floral Motif Sampler. It's nothing but floral baskets and things. Urns and things. And I love it. I am so drawn to, I really love stitching the plants and baskets and urns, and that's one of my favorite things to stitch. So I got that. I don't have plans to kit it up yet, but really wanted that one for my collection. This one, I did not expect I would be kitting it up, but I am. And my friend April said I was crazy, and I really am crazy. And so I ordered, I couldn't resist any longer. Nicole from Nicole's Needlework finished this one, Mary Barr's Sampler by Stacy Nash, and I couldn't resist anymore, so I ordered it. And last night I may or may not have ordered the rest of the threads I need to stitch it, although it does take 7 skeins of Schneckly. I didn't order all 7 yet. I'm not worried about it. It'll be fine. And so I got a couple of them, but so I did order the threads for that. It may have to get started soon. I probably have a piece of linen. Oh, it is 328 wide by 355 high. Is that the largest one? That is so pretty. That's somebody making lunch down there. Okay, and then of course all the grass and everything. But again, let's call this a one that I would be able to pick up and just stitch green or whatever and get that done. But again, look at all those baskets and flowers and love that house. It's just beautiful. And the verse is actually just gorgeous. I want the witness, Lord, that all I do is right, according to thy will and work, well-pleasing in thy sight. I ask no higher state, indulge me but in this, and sooner or later then translate to my eternal bliss. I just love that. It's beautiful. So once I get the rest of my threads, these are the ones I already had. Oh, even alone, they're pretty. Look at those. Those are the 4 that I had, and the rest are coming this week. Sand, Sanguine, Straw, and Tin Roof. They're all Weeks Dye Works. And so once I get the rest of the threads, I will pick a linen to start that on. Crazy. All right. I think that kind of covers my plans as well, because those are my I think the only other one I didn't bring up to show you is Ann Webb. That's still down in my current WIP basket. That's a Hands Across the Sea sampler that I kept out just in case I want to work on that one. And then my red sampler, Lettre Carmine, red letters from Reflect de Soie. That's the one I told you I got out of the magazine. I have that to work on too. So those are kind of all my plans. And I am hoping to do a quilting video soon. I did do all the filming of me actually prepping a quilt to quilt it on my home machine, and I took video of me quilting it. I just haven't put it all together yet, so I will work on that and get that done. And I have several quilts and pretty things that I'm working on. There's new fabric up there, which means that I will also be making some more bags here soon. Oh, I need to show you that. I have, oh, such pretty things. That's for a friend. Maybe I'll be doing that one. But I have some fabrics that I bought to make some more project bags for sale. Oh, look at how cute that is. Oh, no. That one doesn't go with that. Those two go together. Isn't that pretty? I was going to pick a red from my stash to go with that. The lighthouses. That's 2 or 4. These two together. These were sale. 5 quarters. That's pretty. Whew. That's some. Look at these sweet vintage ones. That'll be some project bags. And then I've got these really cute Tilda ones that'll be a gardening one. So those will be up and coming. So look for those on my other, oh, I bought this too. I think that'll make a really fun project bag. Make one for a friend. And then So look for those to be coming up. I have 2 charts, and they're both going to go to one person, so this is just one giveaway. My friend Susan in Canada, she had shared a chart with me. We exchanged charts, so that was fun. And then she sent me an extra chart, either to keep or to give away if I didn't want to stitch it myself. So one of the charts she sent me was Snow Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. So this is one of the charts for the giveaway. And then I'm also sharing my copy of Strawberry House that I stitched last month. So I know there's still strawberry sales going on, and this was such a fun stitch, and I thought somebody might enjoy that. So a spring and a summer. So let's see. I guess I should really think of this beforehand. So one person will win both of these charts. You need to be at least 18. I'd prefer you to be a subscriber and like, and then you need to leave a comment, and let's just go spring. Tell me what you're doing right now as it's spring. What are your favorite things to do? What are you planting? What are you doing outside? Do you have any trips planned? So use the word spring in your comment if you want to be entered to win these charts together, and let me know what you're up to. All right, I think that is all I have today, and I hope that you are blessed right now. I hope you're having some beautiful spring weather and enjoying it. And as always, just thank you for joining me, and God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your April, and hopefully this time I really will be back in 2 weeks. That's my plan. So enjoy all your stitching, and I can't wait to talk with you via the comments. Thank you for joining me. Have a great Sunday.